Today I'm gonna work on 2 brand new units for my underground mining Space Marine chapter, the Raiders of the Rock. Name pending. Let's open up these aggressors and dump everything in. Once again, no idea if these guys are any good, but they're in giant armor, and they have giant flamers, and they make me happy. Pretty straightforward, slap them together, cut off that Aquila on the chest. Once again, not that I have anything against the Emperor, I just like the smooth chest, I think it looks cool. Plus anything I can do to make these guys unique and mine. Someone in the comments asked what I'm smearing on there after I cut and shave them down. It is Tamiya extra thin cement. Really just helps smooth things out and melt the plastic a bit. Now I really want to include more robotic parts in this army, and I have these nice little handy dandy Terminator legs from Archie's Forge. Figured if they're big enough for Terminator, they're big enough for Gravis armor. So we chop this guy's leg off, grab some green stuff and some super glue, and jam this on there. I used the normal shoulder pauldron on the right arm, but the left arm I use these custom 3D printed ones. And I decided that since this is our sergeant, he needs another flamer. I grab a little flamer arm from the Cataphragm Destroyer box and try and attach it. Relying on the plastic alone on such a weird, unstable joint isn't great, so I drill it out and use some paper clips to pin it to the model. Now that he's fully together with his backpack, I need to deal with that gap around the robotic leg. Thought about trying to green stuff and sculpt it in there, but as you can see, I'm not great with green stuff. It's kind of annoying. I tried bending the guitar string to conform around the leg. Nope, not looking good. Can't get a good bend. Luckily, I remembered I have this handy dandy little chain. I can just wrap that around his leg and it'll hide all of my sins. There we go, looking good. On the next aggressor, I decided, of course, we need to throw on a drill. So he's gonna lose a hand, lose a couple fingers, but that's okay, you get a drill, bud. Took a bit of finagling to chop it open, shove the drill in there, and had some more gaps. So we're gonna bust out the chain again, and just wrap the whole thing around it. Put a little spot of super glue, dip the chain in, and then just tighten it and wrap it. I love chain. I love making a messy, dirty, thrown together army. It's so much easier. I don't think I could ever make a clean army. I don't have the patience for that. Alright, and now the third aggressor. I guess technically this is supposed to be the sergeant. He's got a lot more doodads and gunk all over his chest. Yeah, this is a lot harder to cut off, and I end up chopping way more than I meant to. Luckily, I'm willing to really lean into the dirty and damaged part of this army. We're gonna make some nasty holes right in his armor. My Marines have been trapped on the inside of a giant rock planet for hundreds of years, fighting some rogue AI civilizations. They're gonna get pretty beat up. This guy's so beat up that both of his legs are robotic. And I'm not gonna lie, this one comes out a little goofy. So goofy, in fact, that I didn't actually film building him. You'll see him. Look for the one that's standing like an angsty toddler. Alright, next up we build some heavy intercessors. Much like our last intercessors, but heavy, because they're in Gravis armor. I like big, chunky armor. Build these guys up like normal. Now we get to customize them a bit. My idea for this squad is that they operate entirely in the pitch black. No lights, no glowing equipment, nothing. They don't even rely on vision. In order to see, they use an echolocation or some sort of sonar device attached to their power packs. To build these, I grabbed some bits from the Thalax Cohort box from 30k and repurpose arms and feet as their fingers. I drill into the power pack and use plastic cement to glue them in place. Since it melts the plastic, I kind of push and twist them down, which welds them into place. Now I need to decide what to do for their helmets. I tested out a bunch of options, some 3D printed ones, some other alternate model ones, even the idea of sculpting some of the green stuff. In the end, I decided to take the normal helmets and rotate them downwards. Kinda gives a cool, interesting look, fits the model, and really obscures the vision and eyes as pretty much what I wanted. I wanted a blank, smooth surface to really sell that they don't have eyes, and the back of the Gravis helmets looks neat. Nice and smooth, but with a little bit of detail. It's not perfect, but I think they look cool. And of course, the sergeant needs a drill. Chop, 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 glue, glue, glue. Now, I've shown how I paint this army in several previous videos, so today we're just gonna do a conga line. Stop, this is silly. This is a very inefficient way to paint an army. Here are the finished models. 2 units knocked out pretty easily. I've got the method and recipe unlocked now. I'm not 100% sold on the effectiveness of the Heavy Intercessor helmets. At the end of the day, I kitbash because I want an army that is entirely unique and my own. I'm not saying that it's better than the official models. Most of my kitbashes will be much worse than anything GW's designers can come up with because I'm not a professional designer. But that's not the point. The real kitbashes are the friends we make along the way. That doesn't make any sense. I need a nap. Or coffee. Altogether, these guys are 230 more points, which brings the grand total up to 565. Slowly but surely getting there. Luckily, the next 2 units I have planned are pretty hefty in points and will get us up to about 1,000 points for the Raiders of the Rock. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, want to see more. Let me know if you have tips, tricks, questions, etc. We'll see you next time. Bye!